Hey there, welcome to the section on the purpose of life. What's the point of all this anyway? And I think one of the foundational things that we need to go over is worthiness. So, worthiness is very significantly tied to your self love. And often it can be hard to get to a point of worthiness because of all the past thoughts, past behaviors, past actions that you've done to you or others have done to you. It's hard to get to that space of feeling worthy because of maybe how you've beaten yourself up over the last years. These build into significant belief systems. If you're opting to believe these thoughts that you have about yourself and it's leading you away from the ability to believe the reality of your own worthiness. And that is definitely something that we're going to be addressing here. And I think to start, so how do you get to that place of accepting your worthiness when you don't feel worthy? That's a big jump there. And I think one of the main tools to use to start is just like with difficult people. That's what you're doing here. You're dealing with an internal difficult person. So, taking all of your past thoughts, taking all of your past actions that you've done to yourself, whether it be maybe from drug use or from abusing your kids or talking bad to your husband or being abused, taking all those actions and words, thoughts, sentences, all of the things of your past and putting it in the C line. You are putting your entire past in the circumstance neutral event line. And from there, deciding or becoming aware, number one, of what you're feeling about those things, what thoughts come up for you, doing those thought downloads, having that space, providing yourself the space to figure out what you think about those past things. And then from there, through that work, you can then decide what you want to feel about those situations, about those circumstances, the sentences, the thoughts, all the thing. Because you need to ask yourself how you truly want to show up for yourself in the future, too. Not only do you want to know how you want to feel about your past, you want to know how you're going to allow your past to affect your future. You get to decide this. This is not, you are not at the effect of your past. And if you're stuck in these indulgent emotions like regret, like the pain of the past, like resentment of the past, guilt over the past, if you're stuck in these indulgent emotions, you're intentionally doing that to yourself. Having the space to allow your brain to capture the thoughts that are keeping you there, and then deciding if you want to remain there, if that is your choice. Do you want to keep and hold on to that regret and maybe shift that regret from keeping you stuck into driving you forward? Because regret can go both ways, right? And some of the other emotions, you get to decide if you want to remain in that space of mourning over your past. But I think the difference is that you're going to get to decide, but ultimately recognizing that all of these sentences, all of these actions, all of these neutral circumstances do not touch your worthiness. You are 100% worthy no matter what you've done, no matter what you've thought, no matter what you've done, no matter what you've said, no matter what you've like all the things, you are 100% worthy. That is not something that you have the capacity or power to give away or to gain. That is a God-given characteristic of your humanity. No matter who you are, no matter what you've done, you are 100% worthy and 100% lovable. Okay. And I think even we get caught up in the failed relationships, we get caught up in the actions that we've done, and we feel that because I've done this, it has taken away some of my worthiness. And I think that's where the work needs to be done, on the space of self-love and the space of deciding how you want to feel, making sure to recognize ultimately that God can't, God can take away your worthiness, but you can't. That is out of your hands. It is not a decision you have the power to make. And I think another component of this, if it's difficult for you to understand your worthiness, I think take it a step back further and recognize your uniqueness. Recognize how scarce you are. You are one of a kind. There is nobody on this planet that is like you. There's never been anybody like you, and there will never be anybody like you. You are unique. And could you imagine the price point on a gemstone, that there is only one of a kind, totally unique? What would be the cost point on something so valuable, so precious as that? And I offer to you that that is who you are. That is the way that God views you. You are 100% worthy. You are not at the effect of this world. You have the capacity and the power to choose the way that you want to show up in this world. And you get to choose to believe the fact that you are 100% worthy. Do the work surrounding this concept. It can be painful work, but there is nothing more valuable than doing this work on yourself and finding that space of self-love and acceptance of your worthiness. I'll see you at the next one.